The Great Escape by Julian Fisher. It was a lovely sunny day on the farm. Summer was in the garden, kicking a small football, pretending that the chickens were the other players. Unfortunately, they didn't like the ball. The front gate looked like a goal, so Summer ran up to the ball and kicked it as hard as she could. The ball flew through the air, over the gate and into the field. Oh dear, she thought. Opening the gate, Summer went looking for the ball, which had rolled a long way into the field. Now, the grass was very high, so she could not see where it had gone. With the gate open, the chickens escaped out of the garden. Summer did not see them because she was crawling through the grass, searching on her hands and knees. When she found the ball, she went straight back to the farmhouse to get a drink. All this excitement was thirsty work. Closing the gate, Summer did not know the chickens had gone. From out of the flower bed, a handsome mouse appeared, shaking his head.
Oh dear.
Squeaked the mouse.
Summer's let the chickens out, and nobody knows they've escaped.
So the mouse went under the gate to find the chickens. For a long time, he looked for the chickens, but they were nowhere to be seen.
Hello. What are you looking for?
Said a wily old weasel. The poor mouse was very scared. He started to shake as he spoke.
Who, me? I'm looking for the chickens who've escaped from the farmhouse. I haven't found them, and now I'm extremely tired, so I think I'll go home.
Licking his lips, the weasel replied.
Oh, no. Please don't. I'll tell you what. Get up onto my back, and we'll look for them together.
Too frightened to run away, the mouse hopped onto the weasel's back, and together for a long time they looked for the chickens, who were nowhere to be seen.
Meow. Hello. What are you two looking for?
Meowed the farm cat. The poor mouse and weasel were very scared. The weasel started to shake as he spoke.
We're looking for the chickens that escaped from the farmhouse. We've not found them, and because I've been carrying the mouse on my back, I'm extremely tired. So I think I'll go home.
Licking her tail, the cat purred.
Oh no, please don't. I tell you what. Get up onto my back and we will look for them together. Meow.
Too frightened to run away, the weasel, with the mouse on his back, jumped onto the cat's back, and together for a long time they looked for the chickens, who were nowhere to be seen.
Woof! Woof!
Oh.
Woof! Hello! What are you three looking for? Woof!
Barked the farm dog. The poor cat, mouse and weasel were very scared. The cat started to shake as she spoke.
We're looking for the chickens who escaped from the farmhouse. We have not found them yet, and because I'm carrying the weasel and the mouse on my back, I'm extremely tired, so I think I'll go home. Meow.
Licking his paw, the dog replied.
Woof! Oh, please don't. I'll tell you what. Get up onto my back and we'll look for them together. Woof!
Too frightened to run away, the cat, with the weasel on her back, who had the mouse on his back, leaped onto the dog's back, and together for a long time they looked for the chickens, who were nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, something appeared in front of them. With the sun shining in their eyes, all they could see was a very large and very scary plump animal.
Bah, bah! Hello? What are you looking for?
Bleated the strange-looking animal. The poor dog, cat, mouse and weasel were very scared. The dog started to shake as he spoke.
Woof. We're looking for the chickens who have escaped from the farmhouse. We have not found them, and because I'm carrying the cat, the weasel and the mouse on my back, I'm extremely tired. So I think I'll go home.
The animal replied,
Pa, oh no, please don't. I tell you what, Pa, get up on my back and we'll go and look for them together.
Too frightened to run away, the dog, with the cat on his back, who had the weasel on her back, who had the mouse on his back, suddenly saw it was a sheep whose fleece made her look big and scary. They bounced onto the sheep's back, and together for a long time they looked for the chickens, who were nowhere to be seen. Just then, a horse reared up in front of the sheep, who had the dog on her back, who had the cat on his back, who had the weasel on her back, and who had the poor mouse trying very hard not to fall off the weasel's back.
Goodness me! What are all of you doing?
Neighed a very tall and beautiful Shire horse. The poor sheep, dog, cat, weasel and mouse were very scared. The sheep started to shake as she spoke.
Pa, we are looking for the chickens who escaped from the farmhouse, Pa. We have not found them, and because I am carrying the dog, the cat, the weasel and the mouse on my back, I am extremely tired, so I think I will go home.
Shaking his incredibly big head from side to side, the Shire horse replied,
Oh no, please don't. I tell you what. Get up onto my back and we will look for them together.
Too tired to run away, the sheep, with the dog on her back, who had the cat on his back, who had the weasel on her back, who had the mouse on his back, tried to get onto the horse. But even when he kneeled down, the poor sheep simply could not get up onto his back. Now, this was a clever horse.
Mouse, you can reach my back, so hop on.
And that is exactly what he did.
Weasel, you can jump.
Which is exactly what he did. Thought the horse, looking at the cat.
Run along the dog's back and leap up onto my tail.
The cat took a step backwards, wiggled, put her head down, and wiggled some more before running and leaping off the dog and clawing up the hairs of the horse's tail.
Woof. This is not going to be easy for me. Woof.
Barked the dog.
I am sinking into all this wool. Woof.
Neighed the horse.
But her wool is also very springy.
Oh, yes, I see.
And the dog started bouncing on the back of the sheep. Up he went, higher and higher, until he was able to bounce straight onto the horse's back.
Pa, ouch!
Bleated the sheep.
What am I supposed to do?
Woof, no, silly sheep.
Barked the dog.
Can't you bounce?
Silly sheep.
Meowed the cat.
Can't you leap?
Silly sheep.
Winced the weasel.
Can't you jump?
Silly sheep.
Squeaked the mouse.
Can't you hop?
Pa, no.
The horse shook his head, stood up with the dog, cat, weasel and mouse on his back, and grabbed the sheep's fleece in his teeth. Swinging her left, then right, the sheep was thrown into the air and landed on his back. As the horse trotted, all the animals wobbled on his back. Together they looked for the chickens, who were nowhere to be seen. As they came around the last bend, just before the farmhouse, there were the chickens, huddled together. The horse stopped suddenly. Off came the mouse, who soared over the gate. Off came the weasel, who flew over the gate.
Wahoo! Wow!
Off came the cat, who flipped over the gate. Off came the dog, who tumbled over the gate. And down with a bounce came the sheep amongst the chickens.
Bah! Ouch!
Just then, Summer appeared. And she opened the gate for the chickens.